Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a really super quick recipe idea again. It's just my daughter Ella and myself because my husband is away. So I'm just going to be making a quick pizza bagel for Ella. She requested that it's a ham and cheese one. I didn't make this recipe in the past and put it on my channel, but I use a frozen bagel. So if you'd like to see how I make it using fresh bagel, please make sure you stay tuned. For myself, I'm going to be just rustling up a quick ham and cheese croissant, but I will be making it in a Ninja air fryer. I found an amazing recipe, but I have not tried it before, so it will be a little bit of a trial and error. So let's see how dinner's going to turn out. Thank you very much for coming back. If you're a regular viewer, and thank you very much for coming to see my channel if you're a new viewer. So make sure you stay tuned in and let's crack on with dinner. So I'm going to be making the pizza bagel first. What I'm going to be doing, just cut the bagel in half. I think sometimes you can get bagels that are already cut, but I do get this bagel from Lidl's. So just use one of these knives. And Ella isn't a big fan of butter, so what I tend to do is just put a bit of ketchup on there for her. So it's almost like a bit of cheese and tomato pizza. So as I said, I cut the bagel and I got about this much ketchup. You can put butter on it. When I make this for myself and for my husband, I'm not a big fan of ketchup, to be honest. So I just tend to put butter on there. But Ella really likes it. She doesn't have too much ketchup because obviously it's not very good for you. It's full of sugar. But for this will do. So this is fresh bagel from Lidl's. So I got this, and I just got some cooked ham. I don't know if you can see it. Just cooked ham. Again, it's just from Lidl's. And what I used to do, I just put a slice of bread, or I just cut it in half. But now what I do, just put it in small pieces. So whenever I make this recipe and I use ham, I kind of tear up the ham. Otherwise, what happens if we put big chunks of ham on the bagel, and when it comes out, it just like literally you take a bite and pull off all the meat. So what we do is just put a little bit. You can put as little or as much as you want. So I think that will be, so I put a couple of, one slice on each, but you can put more if you want. I'm just going to wash my hands now, and I'm going to be putting the cheese on. I quite like using, I know this is a, I don't know if you tell me, I think it might be a ginger grater or a garlic grater, but I like using this for cheese as well. Or sometimes I just slice the cheese, but for this recipe I quite like using this, and I'm going to be using this grater on like when I make the wrap as well. For the croissant, I may slice the cheese rather than grate it. Okay, so this is plenty of cheese. It's all good to go. So I'm just gonna get my Ninja air fryer ready. But as I said, you can make this in any air fryer at all. It doesn't have to be the Ninja. And by the way, this is not sponsored. So the 2 halves of bagels are in there already. So we're gonna close this, and so using the first basket only, air fry is defaulted to 200, but I'm going to turn it down to 180, and we will need to turn it down. I will do 2 minutes and then I have a look, because sometimes it's 2 minutes is enough, but by the time it cools down it will be more than 2, it will be probably about 2.5 minutes. So pop it on. While it's cooking, I'm gonna start cracking on with the croissant, and then after 2 minutes we'll come back and we'll have a look how it's coming along. So these croissants, I bought them from Lidl's this morning. Fresh croissants. I find it, you can buy smaller ones, but I think little ones are quite nice. Butter croissants, so I cut them in half, but keep them kind of together. So what I do, the recipe says put a little bit of oil on this, but this is butter croissant. So what I'm going to do, I will just put a little bit of butter on this side, and kind of when I put it in the air fryer, kind of will go down this way and that way. So I will kind of toast both sides, but I wouldn't personally put oil in this, especially because it's already got, it's a butter croissant, so there is a little bit of oil in there already, or butter. So I have got my butter, so I'm just really going to be just putting a very thin layer on this. It could be more than enough. And I'm going to be toasting these in the air fryer for about a minute on each side, okay? So I put the croissant in there. In the meantime, the pizza bagels are all done. Can you see? So I will give it another minute. So I'm going to put this on. So one air fry, 180. Put it in for 1 minute. While in the second basket, again I'm using my liner. So I'm pressing number 2, air fry, and I want to do 180, but I want to do 1 minute, and I will flip it over. And see how they come along. I think the pizza bagel, this extra minute will be more than enough. I would normally put it in for about 3 minutes. But as I said, it's a bit of a trial and error, also depending on the topping as well. Ham and cheese, I would say, would take about 3 minutes, but this is almost done. So we have a little peek, but I think they're going to be ready to be eaten. So both of them are cooling down. So wait until this one totally turns itself off. And can you see? I think they are perfect. Not too dried out. Ella isn't a big fan of anything dry bits. And this is the 1 minute one. You can see the butter is melted. Probably I should have put it in the other side first. So this one has bleeped. The other one, the pizza bagel, hasn't bleeped yet. So I'm just going to turn this over. Let's try to do it one-handed. So okay, that's fine. So we're gonna put number 2 on. So this is cooling now. I probably will need to wait until it stirs itself off. Here you go. So this is done. I'm gonna take these out, but in the meantime, I'm gonna be putting this back, this basket. So it's number 2 air fry. Again 180, and put it in for 1 minute, and I flip it over and I will just put the toppings on. So 1 minute again. Okay, so I'm just gonna take out those pizza bagels. So Ella's dinner is ready. It's a bit of a staple in our household when oh, this was just the croissant there. It's a bit of a staple in our household. Maybe we would have it once a week or once every other week, because it's nice and quick. It's better than like a toasty. You know, when she comes back from school, she's starving, so it's just a really nice recipe. So I think she's ready for dinner. Ella, are you ready for dinner? She is ready. So I'm gonna give this to her, and then I'm gonna carry on with the croissant. So Ella is having her dinner. The time has gone off. So this is 1 minute on one side, the other minute the other side, nice and crispy now. I'm just going to take it out and put the toppings on. I will try to flip it over and put the toppings on that way. Let's see if I can manage. I decided to take it out of the air fryer. I don't know if you can see it because it's just easier to put all the toppings on. I'm going to be having ham and cheese as well. So I'm just going to be putting some ham. There's a couple of slices. So yeah, the only thing is that the other croissant I couldn't fit it in. So what I'm going to do, I'll just do them one at a time, okay? So again, because I will close this croissant together, so it doesn't really matter a bit. So I'm just going to wash my hands before I handle the cheese. I guess you can do different kind of toppings, but the ham and cheese is always a big win in our household. So again, just gonna grate a bit of cheese. No, actually, I was gonna say, wasn't I? I was gonna do slices. Let me do slices because it will be quite interesting to see how the slice is gonna work. It's probably gonna take longer for it to melt, but I just do slices, I think. So if you grate it, probably you need to maybe reduce the cooking time a little bit. Okay, so I've got the slices there. So I'm just gonna put this in the air fryer now. So I got it in there. So I'll put it on for 2 minutes. So again, this is gonna be number 2. Do air fry. Number 2. 180 and 2 minutes, and we'll have a look. So these recipes, I don't preheat my Ninja. I know that some of the air fryers you need to preheat, but with the Ninja, thankfully no. So because otherwise it would be a waste of time. I guess you can toast the croissant in your toaster. I've done it in the past, but I just wanted to try this one. And what happened a few weeks ago, because we love hot cross buns in this household throughout the year, not only at Easter, I popped a hot cross bun into the toaster, and you know how the currants and the raisins just stick out. It got burned onto the side of the toaster, so actually we had a power cut because of that. So I am a little bit wary now because I don't want to having to change the fuse. So what I did, I thought I'm gonna give it a go, and I toasted the hot cross buns in the Ninja, and they were brilliant. So I think that's probably what I'm gonna do from now on, because otherwise I may have to keep changing the fuse. I know it's silly, isn't it? So it's so let's have a look. So we are kind of halfway now. You see the cheese is melting. May need a little bit more than 2 minutes. I guess if you grate the cheese, because obviously it's got to be in smaller pieces, then the 2 minutes might be enough, and it might be enough this time as well. I have not made this recipe before, but I've seen it. So what I'm going to do when I take it out, I'm going to put some tomatoes in there, chop it up. I guess you can put a bit of mayo in as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. But yeah, so I do this, and then I will do the other one after this one. Let's see how it's cooling. I mentioned it in my previous videos. When I set a timer for anything, I actually wait until the Ninja switches itself off, kind of. So I always let it cool. So it won't take long at all, to be honest. Let's wait until the time is up. The 2 minutes is up, and plus cooling. I think it's looking good. I'm not gonna put it back because maybe the croissant will get dried out too much. But I take it out, and I'm gonna put some tomatoes in, and I'm gonna cut it up. Alright, so this is it. So I'm just gonna cut up the tomatoes. We only have cherry tomatoes. It probably would work better with the other type of tomato. But as I said, you can put mayo in there, or some people use mustard. So let's have a look. So fold it over. This is the top. Don't forget, hear the crunch. I think absolutely amazing. So I have this one now, and I'm gonna make the other one. I'm gonna ask Gallo as well. She's not a big fan of croissant, but yeah, I think it looks gorgeous. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was a nice and quick one per usual. So please make sure you check out, this is the second batch of the croissant. So please make sure you come back for more foodie videos and fun stuff. I post videos every Wednesday and every Saturday, and I do shorts mostly every day. So thank you very much for tuning in today, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.